Good evening, everyone. This is Jyoti Gupta, Assistant Professor, Department of BCA, College of Management, Greater Noida. The topic of my lecture is controlling. In this topic, we will discuss definition, characteristics, importance, process, types, techniques, and TQM. So let's start with definition of controlling. Organizational control is a process of assigning, evaluating, and regulating resources on an ongoing basis to accomplish an organizational goals. Control is a process of checking actual performance against the agreed standard of plan with a view to ensuring adequate and satisfactory performance. In simple word, we can say it is a process of comparing the actual performance with the set standards of the company to ensure that activities are performed according to the plan, and if not, then taking corrective actions. Characteristics of control. The first point is goal-oriented. Controlling is a goal-oriented function of management. It aims at ensuring that the resources of the organization are used effectively and efficiently for the achievement of predetermined organizational goals. Continuous process. Controlling is a continuous process. It means that once the actual performance and standard performance of the business are compared and corrective action are taken, the controlling process does not end. Instead, the firm have to continuously review the performance and revise the standards. Pervasive function. Controlling is all pervasive. It means that the controlling function is exercised by the firms at all the levels of management. Forward-looking and backward-looking. Controlling process is both forward-looking and backward-looking function. As a forward-looking function, it aims at improving the future performance of an organization on the basis of past experiences. However, as a backward-looking function, it means measure and compare the actual performance and planned performance. Based on planning, control designed to evaluate actual performance against the predetermined standards set up in an organization. Plan serve as the standard of desired performance. Planning set the course in an organization, and the control ensure action. Based on dynamic process. Controlling is a dynamic process. It means it review the standards of performance and result in corrective action, which may lead to changes in other function of management. Action-oriented. The performance of control is achieved only when the corrective action is taken on the basis of feedback information. It is only information which adjusts performance to predetermined standards wherever deviation occurs. Significance of controlling. The first point here is accomplishing organizational goals. The controlling function is an accomplishment of measures that further make progress towards the organizational goals and bring to light the deviation and indicate corrective actions. Judging accuracy of standards. A good control system enables management to verify whether the standards sets are accurate and objective. The efficient control system also help in keeping careful and progress check on the changes, which help in taking the major place in an organization and in the environment, and also to revise and review the standard in light of such changes. Making efficient use of resources. Another important function of controlling is that each activity is performed in such a manner so that in accordance with predetermined standards and norms, so as to ensure that the resources are used in the most effective and efficient manner for the further availability of resources. Improve employee motivation. Another important function is that controlling help in accommodating a good control system, which ensure that each employee know well in advance what they expect and what are the standard of performance on the basis of which they will appraised. Ensure order and discipline. Controlling create an atmosphere of order and discipline in an organization, which helps to minimize dishonest behavior on the part of employee. It keeps a close check on the activities of employees, and the company can be able to track and find out the dishonest employee by using computer monitoring as a part of their control system. Facilitating coordination in action. The last important significance of controlling is that each department and employee is governed by such predetermined standards and goals which are well versed and coordinated with one another. This ensures the overall organization objectives are accomplished in an overall manner. Controlling process. The controlling process involves fixing the standards, measuring the actual performance, then comparison on the basis of that corrective action taken, and then follow up. Let's discuss in detail. The first we have establishing standard to measure performance. This means setting up the standards, you can say target, which needs to be achieved to meet the organizational goals eventually. Standards indicate the criteria of performance. Control standards are characterized as quantitative as well as qualitative standards. Second, we have measure actual performance. The actual performance of an employee is measured against the target. With the increasing level of management, the measurement of performance becomes difficult. Third, compare performance with the standards. This involves the degree of difference between the actual performance and the standards already established. Taking corrective action, it is initiated by the manager who correct any deviation in actual performance. Follow-up and feedback. Controlling process regulates companies' activities so that actual performance convert to the standard plan. An effective control system enables managers to avoid circumstances which cause the company's loss. Types of control. Basically, there are three types of control. The first one is feedback control, second, concurrent control, and the third one is feed-forward control. Feedback control is the traditional one, which basically focusing on controlling after performance. Here, the results are measured after performance. Under concurrent controlling, here is real-time controlling, which means it involves monitoring and adjusting ongoing activities and processes to ensure compliance. The third one is feed-forward control, which means predictive control, pre-control. It is a system that anticipates problems that manager is likely to encounter in future and identify the steps to be taken to overcome them. Here's the difference between all of three. Feed forward focus on end result. Concurrent monitor ongoing operations to ensure that activities or objectives are pursued. Feed forward, it focus on preventing deviations in the quantity and quality of resources used. Feedback control focus on corrective action is on result. Under concurrent, the focus is of corrective action is on activities. Under feed forward control, focus is of corrective action is on resources. Techniques. Let's discuss the techniques of controlling. The first one is direct supervision and observation. Direct supervision and observation is the oldest technique of controlling. The supervisor himself observes the employee and their work. This brings him direct contact with the worker. So many problems are solved during supervision. The supervisor gets free-hand information and he has better understanding with the worker. This technique is most suitable for a small size business. Second, financial statements. All business organizations prepare profit and loss account. It gives the summary of income and expenses for a specified period. They also prepare balance sheet, which show the financial position of the organization at the end of specified period. Financial statements are used to control the organization. The figure of the current year can be compared with the previous year figure. They can also compare it with the figure of other similar organization. Ratio analysis can be used to find out and analyze the financial statement. The third one we have budgetary control. A budget is a planning and controlling device. Budgetary control is a technique of managerial control through budget. It is the essence of financial control. Budgetary control is done for all aspects of a business, such as income, expenditure, production, capital, and revenue. It is done by the budgetary committee. Fourth one, break-even analysis. Break-even analysis or break-even point is a point of no profit, no loss. For example, when an organization sells 50 cars, it will break even. It means that any sale below this point will cause losses and any sale above this point will earn profit. The break-even analysis acts as a control device. It helps to find out the company's performance so the company can take corrective actions to improve its performance in the future. It is a simple control tool. The fifth one we have return on investment. Investment consists of fixed assets and working capital used in business. Profit on an investment is a reward for risk taking. If the ROI is high, then the financial performance of a business is good and vice versa. Return on investment is a tool to improve financial performance. It helps the business to compare its present performance with that of the previous year performance. It helps to conduct inter-firm comparison. It also shows the areas where corrective actions are needed. Sixth, management by objective, MBO. MBO facilitates planning and control. It must fulfill the following criteria, following requirement. First one is objective for individual are jointly fixed by the supervisors and subordinate. Second, periodic review, evaluation, and regular feedback to evaluate individual performance. Third, achievement of objective bring rewards to individuals. Seventh, management audit. Management audit is an evaluation of the management as a whole. It critically examines the full management process, that is planning, organizing, directing, and controlling. It finds out the efficiency of the management. To check the efficiency of the management, the company's plans, objective, policy, procedure, personal policies, system of control are examined very carefully. The management auditing is conducted by a team of experts. They collect data from past records, members of management, clients, and employees. The data is analyzed and conclusions are drawn about managerial performance and efficiency. Eighth, MIS, Management Information System. In order to control the organization properly, the management needs accurate information. They need information about the internal working of the organization and also about the external environment. Information is collected continuously to identify problems and find out solutions. MIS collect data, process it, and provide it to the manager. Without MIS, manager can delegate authority to subordinate without losing control. Ninth, PERT and CPM. PERT stand for Program Evaluation and Review Technique. CPM stand for Critical Path Method. These techniques were developed in USA in the late 50s. Any program consists of various activities and sub-activities. Successful completion of any activity depending upon doing the work in a given sequence and a given time. Last, the 10th one is self-control. Self-control means self-directed control. A person is given freedom to set his own targets, evaluate his own performance, and take corrective measures as and when required. Self-control is specially required for top-level manager because they do not like external control. TQM, Total Quality Manager. Total Quality Management. TQM is defined as a continuous effort by the management as well as the employees of a particular organization to ensure long-term customer loyalty and customer satisfaction. Remember, we can say one happy and satisfied customer bring 10 new customers along with him, whereas one disappointed individual will spread bad word of mouth and spoil several of your existing as well as potential customer. TQM ensure that every single employee is working toward the improvement of work, culture, processes, service, system, and so on to ensure long-term success. Here, the main focus is on continuous improvement in the quality of work by all the employees working in an organization. The TQM can be divided into 4 categories: plan, do, check, act. Thank you.